You are the rose of Sharon. You are my peace in the midst of the storm. You are the air I breathe, oh Lord.
It's about noon. He goes and sits at the well. The disciples are gone out looking for lunch. Nobody's around. And all of a sudden, a woman, and it is not just a woman, it's a Samaritan woman, pulls out and comes with a jug to draw some water from this well. When this woman comes over, she has every single reason to become confused, because it's a man sitting at the well. And when he comes a little more closer, it's not just a man, it's a Jew. So she is completely confused. She wants to do her work real quick, get the water and leave that scene. Because as I told you, it's awkward for a Jew. And now he's a man who is together with Jesus. Now Jesus, who is together with a woman in a private well at the middle of the day. And when she comes closer, Jesus adds an insult into the confusion, opens the mouth and talks to the woman and says, "Woman, give me a drink." My Bible indicates this woman gets so confused to a point whereby if you look at the answer, it indicates that she got the full confusion all around what is going on. She turns and says, "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman." She can't lack the words, and she has to confront the situation. It's not sin. Jesus is crossing the boundaries, and he crossing some taboos that have never been done by any of the Jew men of his status. The woman wouldn't miss the word. He says, "You are a man. And man, I'm a Jew woman. How do you expect me to give you a drink?" And the conversation started to hit. Because Jesus says, if you know the gifts of God, and if you know who asked for water, you could turn around and ask him, because I have the living water. And the woman pulls around and wonders, who are you? Are you more greater than our father Jacob? He dug this well. We've been drinking out of this well ourselves and the generations of Jacob and even our livestock. And it's even deep. And Jesus Christ insists. He's not giving up. The woman is trying to draw the boundaries, yet Jesus Christ is coming more closer. And now this woman says something that rises up as theological. He says, "You don't even have anything to draw the water with." Which is a great indication that if this woman will obey to what Jesus says, they will partake from the same vessel. That was a big indication back in the days. It's something else to talk. It's something else for me to confront you. But if we can share from the same vessel, even when Jesus Christ was just about to leave the world, one of the most significant things was to have one cup and share a drink together with the disciples. This woman has every single reason to be confused. Turns around and he says, "You don't even have anything." Then Jesus says, "That water that you draw right there, when you drink of it, you will thirst again. But if you drink the water that I give, in it you will never thirst again. As a matter of fact, you will become a wailing well, and people will draw out from you." And the woman was now serious and said, "Give me that water. I'm ready to drink from it." Then Jesus said, because he already caught her, and said, "Go and come with your husband, and I'll give you this water." And the woman was curious and said, "I don't even have one." Jesus said, "Yes, you said right. You don't have a husband. And the one that you have right now ain't yours. You've got 5 already. And on that particular time, Jesus exposes this woman to a point where this woman turns around and says, "Are you a prophet? Are you a prophet?" He brings a theological concept again and says, "You Jew, you worship in Jerusalem. We worship on this mountain. We know that one day a prophet will come. And when he comes, his name is Messiah. He will reveal all these things to us." The woman is on crisis right now because Jesus has walked right inside the territories of this woman's spiritual life. He's begun to straighten her up. And now the woman is getting liberation. Now she begins to even confess about what he believes. And he says he believes that there's one time the Messiah will come. And Jesus says to her, "Now look, the time is coming. And the time has come when true worshipers will worship in truth and in spirit. And the one who talks to you right now, I'm he who is the Messiah." And the moment Jesus said that, the disciples showed up. That woman got a liberation and dropped and left the jug and went back to the city, knocking every person's door, telling them to come and see a man. Had not that happened, he could not have had that kind of energy. That liberation was right inside that woman's heart. He went every part of that village, from door to door, from market to market, meeting men and women, telling them, "Come and see a man." The disciples were as confused as the woman was. And when I was looking at that, I asked myself, what triggered this woman to a point she changed even her priorities and said, "I'm not going to draw the water now. I'm going out there and tell people about this Jesus." There are a couple of few things that I pulled out here that are very significant. One of them is Jesus tells this woman about a very important concept that the church is losing today. He says a time is coming when true worshipers, underline that, true worshipers, people who are truth in their worship, not in the mountain, not in Jerusalem, people who are compelled in their heart to speak the truth. Because all over right now what is happening is people are creating a truth that is convenient to them and disregarding the truth that has been brought by the Messiah. Right now when I preach, and many people when we are preaching, we are very sensitive not to speak the truth because of two things. Most of the people are, I don't want to hurt your feeling. People are so sensitive right now. If you go to churches, people are extremely so sensitive. And you know the reason why they are sensitive is because they can't handle the truth. Truth is so frail by its own nature. Yet, it's so strong, it's like a lion. Somebody said, release it, it will go out there and defend itself. Even David, who was a king, put Goliath down, had killed lions and bears. He said in the book of Psalms 25 verse 5, he says, "Guide me in your truth and teach me."
How precious you are. Out of so proud of read our song. You are worthy of my praise. Lord, I thank you for your touch and your warm embrace. Your joy fills my heart. Lord, I'm so thankful. Lord, I thank you for your touch and your warm embrace. Your joy fills my heart. Lord, I'm so grateful. You are